Hey everyone, welcome back. So today is part 2 of my declutter series. Today I'm going to be decluttering my makeup drawer. This is long overdue. I probably haven't done it in over a year and my makeup collection is completely exploding. There's so much stuff that I don't use anymore, so much expired product. Since the advent of YouTube and beauty influencers and beauty gurus, I have been influenced to buy so much more stuff than I ever needed. Before beauty influencers got huge on YouTube, I literally had one makeup bag. I think it had a mascara, a foundation that I barely used, one CoverGirl blush that I got from the drugstore, and I think just like one MAC lipstick, and I was so proud to even have that lipstick. Now my makeup collection is completely overwhelming. It's completely exploded. Anytime any new product came out, I felt like I really needed it and needed to use it, and then things just started to collect, and now I'm really overwhelmed. I have so many things that I know that I'm just never going to use, and I really can't keep the attitude of, oh, I might need this in case. I know what kind of makeup that I tend to stick to, whether it be for an evening look or an everyday look, so I'm going to keep that in mind as I go through my declutter. Some things I may give away. Things that are not used, I will likely donate to a local women's shelter or something similar, and things that are expired, I'm going to be throwing away. So let's get into it. So we can start off with a little vanity tour. I do my makeup at this desk. This is my mirror. These are all my makeup brushes, which I will have to go through as well. But everything that I own in terms of makeup is in here, and it is in a state of chaos. This desk is from IKEA. It's meant to be a vanity, and look, I'm not even a YouTube beauty guru, but somehow I felt I needed to have all of this stuff to stay gorgeous, so that my skin would look amazing or matte or dewy or whatever, but this needs an overhaul. So this is all the makeup that I own. Most of it I don't use. I'm going to go through each bit and just pare this down. This is absolutely ridiculous. I tried to keep everything organized by what it's for, but as you can see, I've kind of given up. But I do have these little containers that I picked up from HomeSense, which is in Canada. A lot of people I've seen use these like little plastic Mejuri containers, which are super cute and aesthetic. Or you can just go to the dollar store and get these like little plastic cases to keep things organized. So my goal here is to organize everything, keep it in separate little categories for face, eyes, mouth, but this needs to get organized because I just don't know what's what. So I think what I'll do is I'll set you guys right here, and I will take out each little plastic dish that I have and just go through everything that's in there, see if I'm gonna keep it, toss it, or give it to a friend, and let's just get into this. Okay, so the first thing that I can see here, these are all the foundations that I've bought over the years. At the beginning of my sort of wanting to start wearing makeup and needing to wear makeup journey, I was looking for matte foundations, so you might be able to see that reflected in here a little bit. Now I really just only wear a tinted moisturizer, if that, and I really love a like illuminated dewy complexion. Even though I do have oily skin, I still tend to go for those types of finishes, and then I just powder if I need to in between. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to go through all of these bits. So the first thing I can see here is the Laura Mercier oil-free tinted moisturizer. This is in the shade Nude. I've had this for quite a long time. It's probably expired, but I still have been using it quite frequently. I'm gonna have to check the expiry date on this one, but I really love it and I would definitely repurchase this. It does not break me out. Laura Mercier is one of the very few brands that doesn't break me out and give me these like little textured bumps all over my face that are full of grossness. A lot of foundations tend to do that for me. This one doesn't, which is why I really like it. So if this one's expired, I'm gonna toss it, but otherwise I really love this tinted moisturizer, so that's gonna stay. This was a splurge. This is the Chanel Perfection Lumiere Velvet Smooth Effect Makeup. This foundation is absolutely gorgeous. It blends seamlessly. It's so finely milled. It does not settle into fine lines. It leaves a really nice skin-like finish. I really love this. This one I've been using mostly if I have like an event or a wedding. I did buy this quite a long time ago, so to be honest, it's probably expired, but it doesn't smell funny. It still works the way it should, so I'm going to keep it for now, but still keep an eye on how often I'm using this because it probably needs to go soon. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. As you can see, it looks a little funky even in the bottle. This came out a couple of years ago and it was like super hyped up. It was supposed to give you this like flawless kind of finish. I've never really used it. You can see it's like even starting to separate there in the bottle. This is definitely a toss. This one is new to me, so I'm going to keep it. It's the It Cosmetics CC Cream. This one has a lot of hype around it, and I definitely fell for it. I've tried it a couple of times. I really do like it, and I've seen this on a couple of friends wearing it, and right away I was just like, oh my god, your skin looks so glowy and dewy, and they said it was this, which is why I decided to buy it. So far, I'm really liking it. I'm going to give it a couple more tries, so I'm going to keep it. Okay, so this is my new foundation pile. This is a lot more pared down than it was before, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. And then this here is everything that I'm going to be getting rid of. So far, so good. Okay, so this is where the chaos is starting to happen. This initially was supposed to be all of my cream blushes, concealers, and highlighters, and it's just like exploded into this catch-all of a bunch of shit. So I am just going to take everything out and go through each bit, see what I'm keeping, and see what needs to be relocated. Okay, so the first thing I can see that I totally love and that I am for sure keeping is this Hourglass Strobe Highlighter. This I picked up during the surprise Sephora sale. It's in the shade Incandescent Strobe Light. This highlighter is like all I've been wearing for the past weeks since I've gotten it. It's just like this gorgeous lit from within glow. Anytime I've worn it, people have been like, oh my god, you're just like glowing, what's on your skin? And it's been this, and I'm just like living for this packaging. It gets a little fingerprinty and yucky, but Hourglass packaging always just makes me feel so luxe. This one I use almost every single day. It's the Glossier Halo Scope in the shade Quartz. It's just a really nice champagne-y shade. It goes on as like a face gloss instead of like a To the Gods highlighter, the kind of look that I like when I do my makeup, so that's definitely staying. Another highlighter, this is from RMS Beauty. This is very well loved. It's their Living Luminizer, so this is the one that doesn't have any pigment. It's like a really iridescent sort of candlelit glow lit from within. I would call it more of a face gloss even than a highlighter. It doesn't feel sticky or anything like that on the skin, but it just leaves this really nice natural iridescent glow. I really like using this one interchangeably with the Glossier highlighter. These two are really nice. They don't feel like sticky. Your hair doesn't stick to your cheeks after you put them on. I like wearing it on my eyes. I like wearing it on my lips. So I really like this highlighter for a really nice natural kind of no makeup glow. So right now I have 4 of their cloud paints. I have Haze, which is a really nice berry shade that I love wearing in the fall, so I'm going to keep that. I have Dusk, which I use a lot as a bronzer or on my eyes or even on my lips. It's just like more of a bronzy sort of contour shade. There's Beam, which I love as just like a just worked out flush. It's super natural. And then if I'm feeling more girly and want to feel a little bit more fresh, I wear Puff a lot. And I will mix these together quite a bit. I usually mix Dusk and Puff together a lot, or even all 4 of them. You can just like cocktail these and mix them and make your own sort of thing with them, and a little bit goes a long way, which is why I still have them even a year later. These, I love them. I'm gonna hold on to them. Okay, so now we're into primers. I think I can really pare this down. What I can see right off the bat is the Becca, I think this is the Backlight Priming Filter, and this I actually really love. This one is very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow. This one has a little bit more of a glow to it, I find, but this doesn't break me out. It goes on really nice. It doesn't make you look really oily or anything like that. It just gives like a really nice healthy finish. And I've used up quite a bit of it, so I'm gonna continue to use that up. I really like this. Okay, we got some highlighters, we got some primers. This is a mess. This is the Marc Jacobs Do You Coconut highlighter. This I really like to actually mix together with the coconut primer, and I've actually used quite a lot of this. This is almost gone. I really like this combination. Anything from Marc Jacobs I tend to just adore, so I'm gonna hold on to these. And now I've got 3 Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizers. These came out, I think, a couple of years ago when primers were super hot on the scene. And I picked up 3 of them. I picked up the Smoothing Primer, the Mattifying Primer, and the Radiant Primer. This one, I never really understood what it did. I think it's expired. Toss. The Base Mattifying Primer, again, when I was really trying to be super matte, I thought this one would work for me, but this one I remember balling up under my makeup pretty bad, and I've never used it since, so bye. And then the one I actually really like is the Smoothing Primer, and it's very similar to another one that I have here, which is the Benefit Professional. This one is a little bit fresher. My sister gave it to me, so I think I'll just keep the Professional and get rid of the Makeup Forever because these are pretty old. Okay, so this is what we have left over, which I think is a win. I have a random Bite Beauty Agave lip mask. I'm gonna put that in a lip section later on, but I think that's a pretty good pare down from what it was before. Okay, this is my eyebrows and mascara and some random eyeshadow topper section. This can definitely get pared down. I tend to hold on to my mascaras till the bitter end, which is probably really gross. So this can stand to get smaller. First thing I can see is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara. This I really like. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't move around on me. I have really oily lids, so I tend to prefer like a drier formula mascara that still gives volume, but I basically need something that's not going to transfer. This doesn't. The only thing I find is that it's a bit flaky, but that I can sort of live with, so I'm going to keep this. This is a deluxe sample of the Milk Makeup, I think it's the Obami mascara. It's the one that looks like little anal beads. Is that too much? TMI? I don't know. This one was kind of meh. Didn't really give me a lot of volume. I think it was more of like a lengthening mascara. It transferred on my lids pretty bad, and it was just kind of forgettable. I do want to try the Kush mascara because I did hear that that's pretty good. But this one, I also saw it has some so-so reviews on Sephora.com, so I'm glad I just got this as a sample. I wouldn't repurchase this. This is the Givenchy Mister Brow. I bought this after Kathleen Lights talked about it. This is pretty old and pretty nasty, and I actually don't really like this, and I only use it whenever I forget to use my boy brow. I think I'm throwing this one out. It's friggin' nasty. This is the Naked Skin Concealer by Urban Decay. I have never used this, and I bought it when I think Jaclyn Hill used to talk about it quite a bit in like 2016, 2017, which is what prompted me to buy it. But I've never really used it. I think it's actually a bit too light for me, and it smells like paint thinner. So this is going in the garbage. And if you want to know if a makeup is past its prime, you should look for this little symbol here. So there's like a little container, and there should be a number and a letter near it. This one says 9M, which means that after opening, this product has been tested to be good for 9 months. That's not the rule for all makeup. It's just a guideline. If your makeup doesn't smell funky, if it still goes on the way it should, it doesn't do anything weird on your skin or give you any reactions, it should be okay, or use your own judgment to hold on to it. But this little symbol here is a guideline as to how long you should hold on to it for. These two are a little bit random in my collection. They are the Natasha Denona Crystal Top Coats. I have the shade Nude and the shade Gray Brown. I don't actually know if I like these. They are like an eyeshadow topper. So they do leave like kind of a nice kind of wet glow on the eye, but I don't know if mine are just like weird, but they don't really go anywhere. Like it goes really nice on my fingertip, and I'm pressing pretty hard to get the stuff out, but it's just not showing up anywhere, and I find it barely shows up on my eye. I think these I might give away. Okay, this is another drawer that was meant to be for like eyeshadow primer, eyeshadows, eyeliners. So I'm just gonna go through this and see what we're keeping. Okay, we've got the Glossier, what are these called? Lid Stars. I've got 4 shades here. These I haven't really played with too much. I think I want to play with them a little bit more. Katie Jane Hughes always makes them look amazing. If you don't know who Katie Jane Hughes is, she is like the queen of glossy, glowing makeup, and she actually worked on a lot of these Lid Star campaigns. So I think I'm gonna hold on to these and play with them a little bit more. If I'm not using them, then I'll pass them on to my sister, who is like an eyeshadow goddess, but for now I'll hold on. These 2 I am definitely keeping. So these 2 are shadow duos from Tom Ford in Golden Peach, and this one is in Naked Bronze. In terms of eyeshadows, these are probably my most worn eyeshadows. They are gorgeous. They blend beautifully and so seamlessly with your finger, with a brush. They build really well, they don't crease, and they are just stunning. I bought these like a year ago. They're still soft, they don't get hard or dry or anything like that. They come with a top coat, each of them, that adds just like a little bit of glitter and shimmer, which is why I think I was going to get rid of those Natasha Denona top coats, because I already have them with the Tom Ford ones that give a very similar effect. So this is a really beautiful, just like true bronze brown shade that I just love wearing for like a smoky eye all over the lid. It just blends out so gorgeous. And then when I want something a little bit more rosy gold or a little bit more fresh looking, I go for the Golden Peach shade. This one is going to be really tough for me. This is all of my lipsticks and lip products, lip glosses, toppers, everything here. I definitely don't need this much lip products. I probably use maybe the same 5 or 6 lipsticks tops, so this can definitely get pared down. This is my lipstick collection. As you can see, it is absolutely ridiculous. I have clearly an affection for Bite Beauty because that seems to be my largest collection. I've got a couple of Milk Makeup, some YSL, some Kat Von D, some Mangled Glossier, some Stila, Anastasia Beverly Hills, MAC, Smashbox, some NARS, some Burberry. So this can definitely get smaller. This is another red that I wear a lot. It's the Milk Makeup lipstick in OG Red. This is a really awesome kind of true cherry lip. The formula is really nice, really hydrating, really pigmented. I love the way it looks on my lips. I wear this one on Instagram a lot and it smells really good. It smells like fruit and cherries, and it never feels dry. It never cracks on the lip. It's just a really good all-around red lipstick. I really like the Milk formula, so I'm gonna hold on to that. My Glossier lipsticks, I had 3 of them. I don't know what happened to my other one, but I have 2 of their Generation G lipsticks here. One is in Zip, it's their red color, and the other one is in Crush, which is like a pinky raspberry color. I love the formula of these. They are super easy to put on. You don't have to look into a mirror. They're super comfortable on the lips, really wearable. They fade really nicely. The only thing that sucks about them is that their packaging is totally garbage. Like it just falls apart. And I didn't even drop these or anything like that. The package just feels really cheap. So I hope Glossier does fix that in the future because I really do like their Generation G lips. So I've got a couple of liquid lipsticks here that I think I will be passing on. One is this super kind of vampy liquid lip from Stila. It's this like really cool like dark berry color. I thought I would wear this maybe sometime in the fall, but I really never have, so I will get rid of it. This stuff, it smells really nice though. It smells like cupcakes. And then I have this one from Anastasia. I really don't like liquid lipstick at all. I picked this up when there was a big craze with them. This is like a really nice kind of vampy, kind of bricky red. It's in the shade Vamp, so hence the vampy lip. It's a really nice color. I just don't like the feeling of liquid lips on my lips. It feels really crumbly, really dry, and I always get butthole lips when I wear liquid lipstick, so I'm gonna pass this one on. Okay, so these are all of my blushes, bronzers, all of that. I'll start with this palette. So this my sister actually gave me, so she was decluttering and then decluttered this to me. and I'll probably declutter this back to her. So this is the Benefit Cheekathon palette. It comes with all of their most famous blushes and bronzers, and some of them I actually have as duplicates already. So either I'll give away the individual ones and keep this, or vice versa. I'm not actually sure, but it comes with like Rockateur, Hoola, which is their cult classic bronzer, and I love this bronzer. It's super matte. It's not too cool, not too warm. It's really great as an all-around bronzer. Dandelion is one of their really famous blushes, which is really pretty. Dallas and Coralista, I don't really use that often. This one seems more of like a fall time blush, and then this one may be more for summer. But this one, I may give it away, or I may keep it and then just give away my individuals, because I do have a Rockateur. This is actually one of my very first Sephora purchases ever, and I've barely made a dent in it. And that was probably in like 2011. And then I have Hoola here, which I've actually hit pan on, so I'm pretty impressed with that. And then I just started buying more bronzers when really I should have finished this first. We'll see about these. They're all really great products. I just don't know what to do with these yet, so that can go in like a maybe pile. And then we have two giant bronzers from Marc Jacobs. It's the Omega Bronze in Tantric, and I initially bought this one. Look how huge it is. It's so crazy. Because this one, which is fantastic, was discontinued and limited edition, but now they just recently brought this one out and made it permanent. So Fantastic is a little bit more cool toned, a little bit more of a contour bronzy shade, whereas Tantric is like straight up bronzer. I like them both in their own way, but I don't necessarily need two of them. I've been using the Coconut Tantastic one a lot more often lately, so I think I'll give this one away. Okay, so now we've got into the final phase of the declutter. These are my eyeshadow palettes, and this I can definitely pare down. I know what I'm keeping right away just by looking at this. So I'm for sure going to be keeping the Marc Jacobs eyeshadow palette in Scandalist. This is a really nice neutral warm palette that when I do my eyeshadow, I do use quite a bit, so I am going to keep it. It's got some really nice like bronzy shades, a really nice like neutral warm tones, and some nice shimmers. So this is a really nice versatile palette that I really like. The Marc Jacobs shadows are really pigmented, really blendable, really easy to use, and really a joy to use, especially when you're not good at makeup like me. I suck at eyeshadow especially, so whatever makes it as easy as possible for me is what I'll stick to, so I will keep that. This is an OG. I actually had all of the Naked palettes, but I got rid of them all except for this one, and this is the original Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. Super basic neutral palette, but this I just like never ever use anymore. I used to be obsessed with Naked 2, and then these colors were always a little bit too light for me to show up. I'd really only ever use this lightest color, Naked 2, and then maybe these two sometimes, but just I'm not using it anymore. I think my mom will really like it, so I'll give that to her. Then the other palette I'm gonna keep is obviously the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I really like this palette. I think it looks a little bit nicer on like green eyes or blue eyes, and I have brown eyes, but I still like the way it looks. It's just one that is a classic. So I just want to show you everything that I am tossing or giving away. So this is the giving away pile. We've got some MAC blushes, some Anastasia, some Becca. I think I did pretty well here. And then this is the toss pile. So this is just the rejects that were too gross, too used, too old to be suitable for anybody. And so I'm just going to show you the final result. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh, look how much better that looks. I feel so much more calm. This is still quite a lot of makeup. I think I could still deserve to pare this down even more, but this is a really good start. I feel good about it. So we've got my foundations all in one place. We've got some primers, some liquid illuminators in here, my eyelash curler, Milk makeup products all going together. We've got some concealers that I've got in here, some of my basically my highlighters and liquid blushes, all my lip products, eyeshadows, eyeliners. We've got some brow products and my mascaras here, powder blushes here, and then my bronzers, and then the two eyeshadow palettes where are they, that I kept in here, and then my Marc Jacobs bronzers, and then a couple of beauty blenders. Not too bad. So that's it for my makeup declutter, you guys. I think I did a lot better this time around than I did with my closet declutter. I feel like the end of my closet declutter, it all just ended up looking the exact same. So I think I need to reapproach how I attack my closet. But for my makeup, I think I did well. I feel a lot lighter. I feel like now I know what I have, and I kind of was able to revisit what I knew I loved and what I knew I was using, and rediscover things that I still wanted to keep and make sure that I would use in the very near future. Let me know what you guys have been decluttering lately. I love decluttering videos, and I love to know what people are getting rid of and what they're keeping. And it's just like such a good stress relief. It's just so good to get rid of stuff that is just weighing you down in life, and stuff can do that. So that's why I just love watching declutter videos. It just makes everything feel like a fresh start. If you like this video and you want to see more, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. That would mean so much to me. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.